Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tailgate Talk. We're your hosts, David, Nick, and Joseph. Boys, side of the people.
Hi, people.
So we got a special show for you guys today. We are going to recap the college football playoff championship game, and then we're going to get into some season awards with the college football season over. So with that, we've got Michigan taking down Washington to become champions of college football. Interesting season for Michigan. I've been very vocal about my displeasure about them being included, but they won it on the field. So, boys, what do you think?
I think
You
that it
like
was the
first?
clean. I was just going to say, I think it's the cleanest national championship ever because with all the attention they've had to have, now everyone under the microscope, they couldn't cheat anymore. So Michigan earned it. You know, they were the best team this year, and they proved it because they couldn't cheat anymore, and they still won. So I know David's not really happy with Michigan right now, and I hate that they cheated, but I'm not as they shouldn't have been included. And I think they were the best team this year, so I think they earned it. It's just a shame they thought they had to use cheating to beat Rutgers and Purdue, but it is what it is.
Yeah. With Michael Penix, I just kind of hope that he's okay. But unfortunately, I said this to anybody who would listen. I think I said it on here. If not, I definitely said it to people who asked me all week long. It was going to take a Vince Young type game from Michael Penix in order to win that game because Michigan's defense was way too good this year. And their offense was capable of putting up points just about every drive. So it felt like they were in the driver's seat all game long. And props to Michigan for building up a team that could do just about everything well. Honestly, that's like the only thing I could say. They got pressure, they applied pressure, they had great coaching, great game plan. Pressure Michael Penix, make him uncomfortable because no one has all season, and that's how you win the game. So, congrats to Michigan. I thought it was a perfectly executed game plan. It's like my sole focus to that game.
Yeah, I mean, I've been vocal about my opinion of Jim Harbaugh and Michigan this year. But hats off to them. They won that game in the trenches, pushing Washington around like they were little boys. The one thing I'll point out, I really did not enjoy the post game press conference. Jim Harbaugh claiming that they're innocent throughout it all. Like, I'm sorry, man, but you got suspended twice this year. Like,
To be fair, I don't think Jim Harbaugh really knows what day it is because they were asking him at one point they were asking him questions on ESPN on Scott Van Pelt, and he was just going on to many rants about nothing the question had to do with. Like I think Holly Rowe asked him, like, Jim, how does it feel that you're a national champion? And he was like, yep, you see every one of these pieces of confetti? They all tell a story and like went into some rant about it. And I was like, that doesn't even apply to the question that she just asked you, Jim. Can you please focus, or do you have the attention span of a goldfish? So I didn't even think he knew what day it was last night or any day this year because he's not all there, I don't think, but props to him for winning.
yeah, I mean, for me, you're the face of that program. You know what you've already been called out for what things that have gone on. Like you can cool it with the innocent speech and just win the game, say talk about the game. Sidestep the question if you have to, but I don't want to be hearing you go in the opposite direction at this point because it feels fake. I don't enjoy it. I'm obviously still having beef with it, but that's fine. With that, let's turn to much more fun stuff. We're getting into final season awards. So, boys, strap up. We're gonna name the nominations and then the winner here. First off, we've got hottest take. Scott Frost being a terrible OC. I think this was said by Joseph or Nick.
No, it was me because I couldn't believe you guys would actually think that Scott Frost would not be a good offensive coordinator. It baffles me. It still does.
Yep.
Horrible,
My
horrible,
my
horrible take.
my whole rant and our whole episode about best versus most deserving has to be on there as well. I still don't know where we end up lying, but it was a good conversation. I'll put that on the hottest take. And then we've got Joe thinking Caleb is going to be a bust as our last nomination for hottest take. So with
Still
that,
thinking.
And with that, the winner for hottest take is Joe thinking Caleb is going to be a bust. Congratulations, Joe. Great take. Great take. Put that on your mantle with our non-existent math budget.
I look forward to receiving my Party City trophy.
We'll move on to our next category, biggest beef. I think highly contested category this year. A lot of good options. There's a lot of beef being thrown around this whole year. We'll start with the most recent, me versus Michigan. Very clearly, a lot of beef still going on there, but we've got some other great nominations too. We got Joe and Ryan Day. We could also put Joe and Nick Saban, or just Joe and college coaches in general. We've got me and high-powered offenses. Hate them. I love the defense. And then we've got Lou Holtz and Ryan Day. Now that's highly contested right there, boys. Very, very tough category to win. If you win this, you should be very proud. And with that,
And the winner is
Joe and Ryan Day. Congratulations, Joe, taking 2 home, taking the hardware home already.
A hateful old man.
Listen. I just call people out on when they do wrong. That's all. I just happen to be right when I do it.
What an acceptance speech. Wow. I feel all fuzzy. Next up, we've got the biggest upset of the season. Again, another highly contested, a fan favorite over here at Tailgate Talk, Clemson over Notre Dame. What a game. Great times.
The burger bet.
Joe, I know you love that game.
The burger bet.
The burger bet. Still need to collect. We've got Texas over Bama in Tuscaloosa. We've got New Mexico State over Auburn. And then we've got Bama over Georgia in the SEC championship game. Bunch of good games. You guys want to speak to any of them real quick before we announce the winner?
I think the New Mexico State Auburn is just, the verbal meme here where it's like the people about to breach and there's just the guy dressed up as a clown. It's just like you got all these marquee programs, and then there's just New Mexico State beating Auburn, and that's why I voted for them. I think they deserve a little trophy their way.
I do like that vote a lot. I will just say, the only reason I chose Georgia and Alabama was because Georgia is we came on here every week and we bang the drum for Georgia and how good this team is, and how they're the best team in the country by a gajillion miles, right? And then all of a sudden, after winning 29 straight SEC games, they drop the one that they needed to get into the playoff with. Like, Kirby, you already beat the big bad beast. What the heck?
Oh no, Joe's got beef with Kirby now.
He takes 3 steps forward and then he takes 4 steps back. I don't know what the heck.
I don't know if you could say that to a guy that's won 2 in a row.
Yeah, but if you win 2 in a row, I expect you to beat.
He could have won 3.
Yeah, but if you win 2 in a row, I expect you to beat that decrepit old man out in Tuscaloosa.
I think we got another entry.
This is Joe upset because he was still waiting for the Nick Saban karma he was trying to dish out at the beginning of the year to come full circle for that.
No, he got that with the semifinal loss. He got that.
Listen,
so again, highly contested category. We're gonna have to move on and announce our winner. Sorry, Joe. I know what you're gonna say. You're wrong. It's New Mexico State over Auburn. Nick, go ahead and give your acceptance speech.
Yeah, we have a league.
We have a league. And we'll move on to baddest beat. So most unfortunate pick. We've got 2 great ones.
This is a conspiracy.
We've got Nick losing his personal over challenge for the Oregon-Washington game. And then we have Joe both picking the overs against Iowa and doubting me in all my under picks.
Okay, hold on. Contention point here. I never picked an over with Iowa. I rooted for it. I never picked it. Excuse me.
Like a root. All I know is that every weekend towards the end of the season, I can get in text. Oh, David, look at the score. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, so we were rooting for it.
That's why your beat is there. And with that, Nick losing the his personal over challenge won.
Yeah, that was quite something. I think if that game was 105 over under, you still would have taken it.
Oh, 100%. That was electric. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. I wanted that game to be 60-60. There's only 30 points off for each team. So it is what it is. Looking forward to the next one.
All right, we'll move on to I think my favorite category of the entire season, the best rant by us three.
I
And
don't think we even need to. We don't even need to bring up the other ones. Just say
no,
one.
here's the thing. It was so good. I didn't have any other ones to list because it was disrespectful to the rant. Uh, the best rant of this season on this show was Joe going off on Ryan Day. Joe, give us
Thoughts?
the encore, please.
Listen, I like I said, I know ball. I call out people who are wrong in the sport of college football. Ryan Day should respect his elders, like we are all taught, and he chose not to that day. So I had to call him out on his wrongdoing, and I stand by my take. That toilet bowl shaped stadium in Northeast Ohio is eventually going to catch the bad luck that strays when I focus on your program. So I look forward to watching that when it does come because he did not respect his elders. So,
yep. Another next category is the pick champion. So I went ahead and I just named Joe the pick champion for the season and Nick the pick champion for the bowl season. I think I want to congratulate the both of you on your great picks, and I will do better. You have never seen someone work so hard, Nick.
Hey.
now at
Come
least
back
if you're gonna
better
do it,
and
at least
better.
if you're gonna do it, give this is 30 minutes for the rest of our lives.
You bet. For the rest of this show, I am giving 100% for the next 30 seconds or whatever this show keeps going on for. I am here.
Next, you're gonna start talking about Utah. Ignore
Utah
my
didn't even
kids.
make the list, man. Utah didn't even make the list.
No, there's another team coming.
Yeah. With that, the no ball category. We pride ourselves in knowing ball. I hung my hat on the unders. That's where I know ball. Nick, Bowl Mania, all yours, and then Joe, the regular season. So those are our nominations, and with that, the winner is Joe in the regular season. Joe, take it away.
I'm just
Uh,
hold on. Before Joe goes, I just want everyone to know that we could have split this award, all three of us, but David decided not to vote for himself, and he voted for Joe, giving Joe the win. So go ahead, Joe. Your little asterisk win over here. Go ahead.
I would just
Accept
like
it.
to thank my family, my friends, my teammates. There is no I in team. I look
There
forward
is
to
an M and an
returning
E.
as the best knower of ball next year as well. We're gonna study hard. We're gonna really buckle down, and we are going to be back next year better than ever.
That's what you did, David. We could have all had that.
I feel like that would have disrespected the no ball notion of it. Someone has to know ball the most.
Whatever.
But let's move on to the second best after best rant category, the best bit of the season. So we've got two up for nomination. We have our math budget and Joe's lovely jersey, and then we have me picking every single under that I can. And with that, the best bit award goes to the math budget and Joe's jersey. Congratulations, Joe! You're running away with things.
I'm really looking forward to my Riley Leonard Shamrock Series jersey this year. Very much looking forward to it, and I fully expect to bankrupt this podcast by within the next 5 years. So, props to me.
Yep. Congratulations, Joe. Don't cash that check.
It's too late. I already have the company card.
Oh no.
Also, quick shout out. I should have thrown in me and Utah there, but it is what it is.
You didn't nominate.
I didn't think of it.
You didn't nominate it.
I just said I should have thrown it in there. I didn't think of it.
I gave everybody a chance to nominate what they wanted. Nick not reading the directions. It's almost as on brand as Joe showing up late to our calls.
Yikes! Got tied up in the Seton Hall game.
Catching strays.
Got tied up in the Seton Hall game.
With that, we've got the biggest collapse of the season. We've got two teams up for this. We have one team with championship aspirations, ended up in mediocrity for the rest of the season in USC. And we had Colorado with the Deion Sanders hire uh, having a meteor rise in the first couple of weeks and then running into a buzzsaw that was the Pac 12 front runners and then sucking it up the rest of the season. So two very, very deserving collapses. And with that, the winner of biggest collapse goes to USC.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. They had a great transfer class come in this year, did nothing. The defense was expected to get better. It did not. They wound up firing Alex Grinch at the end of the season. Caleb Williams is going to be a bust, I'm convinced. And the offense didn't. I mean, the offense looked great at times, but also like you couldn't win games just with a prolific offense. So they win that category straight up. Colorado, do better.
Yep, we'll be a very highly contested category next year, I'm sure. With that, we'll move on to the surprise of the season. And Nick, you go ahead and take this one away since we didn't really have any nominations other than yours.
Yeah. So Arizona did not expect them to go from 1-11 to being a top 10 team at the end of the season. So shout out to Wildcats. I think they really turned some heads, and I hopefully they can build on it and kind of come back to being relevant in the new look Big 12. So
Yeah, I picked them all year. I love that quarterback. McMillan is a absolute stud on the outside. And I love that coach and what he's doing there. I think that might be the next Kalen DeBoer, the guy that no one saw coming, that we look back and he's 22. He's 22-2 at Arizona. So keep your eyes peeled on that program. That way you're not surprised and your friends walk up to you and they're like, where did this Arizona team come from? You'd be like, listen, Tailgate Talk has been talking about this for a year and a half.
We know ball. You hear to hear first.
Stay informed, people.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Silver Lining Awards. So this is going to the team that can come away at the end of the season feeling pretty good about themselves. You know, maybe not the best season, but they did some stuff. So we've got two very deserving teams here, both from the SEC. We have Missouri and Ole Miss. And with that, the winner of the Silver Lining Award is Ole Miss. So Nick, you want to take it away?
Yeah, my main reason for this is because they, excuse me, they just brought in the biggest transfer class ever after having a school program record in wins. Excuse me, one second. Sorry, people, I'm feeling a little under the weather. Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss, they're building off of their best season in program history with the #1 transfer class, and I think that Lane Kiffin's going to get them going, and I think that they could really win the SEC next year. So it'll be interesting to see if they can put it all together. I don't know if I'd make my pick Ole Miss at this moment, but I think that they are going to be a force to reckon with next year.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are very good, but I agree with you. Ole Miss.
Yep. Next up, we have the Nomad Award going to the most, I guess, anticipated transfer for next season. Most impactful. I put down for my nomination just because I wanted to point it out, just from a Nomad perspective. JT Daniels, man, has been in every single conference, it feels like, at this point. So congratulations to him.
Yes.
And then the other, looking to next year, wherever he ends up, Quinshon Judkins out of Ole Miss.
He committed.
He's going to Ohio
He committed.
State.
He's going to Ohio State. Well, there you
Going
go.
to Ohio State.
So going to Ohio State, opportunity to have a major impact there. So Quinshon Judkins wins the Nomad Award. Joe, would you like to speak on that?
Yeah, he's a back who can run, like he can rush like a normal running back, but
he's back,
no, like,
he can run like a running back.
like he's also really good at receiving. I think he is going to he's going to make Will Howard who he is. Will Howard also transferred to Ohio State. he's an all SEC back. He's one of the most talented backs in the SEC, which says something because look at all the backs there now. I mean, you got Chase McClellan, you got kids from Georgia, you got kids from Texas A&M. It's the best schools in the country. It's one of the best conferences in the country. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. Really thought Travion Henderson never lived up to the hype there. So just really excited to see what he can do at Ohio State, who has big expectations this year with Ryan Day figuratively being on the hot seat by his own school because he hasn't been in Michigan in 3 years and can't win in the playoffs. So really excited to see if he can kind of be the impact player that they have been missing.
Am I right in remembering that Jason McCollum's in the portal now, or am I wrong? I thought I saw something about him in the portal.
I did not see that, but he would be smart if he went to the draft. That's my opinion.
Clemson doesn't take transfer portal guys, so I stopped paying attention.
If he was well, that's because you guys work in God's name, image, and likeness. If
oh god,
if I was his consultant, I would tell him to go to the league, make that cash, make that money.
Yep, great. So the next award is for they will be back next year, or as we affectionately like to call it, the Texas Award. So this is going to the team that should be back. They'll be back. And so we've got 3 very deserving teams. We have FSU after a undefeated bid to try and make it in the playoff and getting shortchanged there. Will they be able to make it back next year with the 12-team playoff and make a run? We will see. We have Clemson, a bit of a slide the last couple of years. Now with some big hires, some change in direction from an offensive perspective that we started to see this year, and then some new additional hires at the start of the bowl season. Will they be able to climb the mountaintop again and be back in the playoff picture? And then, of course, we can't have the Texas Award without Texas. So Texas is also nominated because why not? And with that, the winner of the Texas Award is Texas.
Yeah.
Hey, Texas.
No matter whether or not Quinn Ewers goes to the NFL or he stays, they're in great shape to do well next year. Hence why they won the Texas Award. I mean, Arch Manning or Quinn Ewers, your pick. I'll take them both. They're 10 times better than 300 other quarterbacks in the FBS.
Yep. Then we have the They Will Never Be Good Award. Fan favorite here. There was no debate at all. The team that will never be good is South Carolina.
Oh, so sad.
So we'll move on. That's all we need to talk to them about. With that, the Most Improved Award. 3 great players we want to call out here. We've got Bo Nix, obviously Heisman contender, getting Oregon where they need to go. Mostly talking about from his career with how it started in Auburn to now is where we're framing the most improvement for him there. Michael Penix Jr., same kind of thing, transfer from Indiana to being another Heisman contender. And getting Washington into the playoff, into the championship game. And then the final nomination we have is Jalen Milroe. Mainly this season, the ups and downs he had from the beginning to the end and how he was playing at the very end when they got into the playoff. So three guys that we've seen their highs and their lows, and just want to give them congratulations for the work ethic and the improvement that they've shown over their careers. And with that, the winner of the Most Improved Award goes to Jalen Milroe.
Let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a surprise. Quick synopsis, got benched in the beginning of the season against, I think it was USF or UCF, one of the two. USF. And he took that as motivation to let everybody know that he was the guy and that he still is going to be the guy. So just big, giant congrats to him. Excited to see what he can do and how much better he still can get, because there still is a lot of improvement there. But But he's been amazing this season.
All right, and now we're down to our final 3 awards. So each of us is giving out an award to a player, coach, team, whoever that we just want to shout out for this season. And so I'll start it off. The Davy Award goes to Wes Goodwin. I just want to congratulate him for the stellar year he's put together as DC at Clemson. Clemson ranked 8th nationally in total defense. Putting that in perspective, Brent Venables, love him. That Oklahoma defense ranked 79th at the end of the year in total defense. So, Wes is putting the work in recruiting and implementing the defense, and all of the Wes slander that started when he was first hired. I don't want to see anymore. I just want that man to get the kudos he deserves. So, Wes Goodwin, you win the Davy Award. Nick, you want to go next?
Yeah, the Nicky Award goes to SMU, mainly just because of vibes. I love the offense. It's something I just can't explain. My first inaugural Nicky winner was Utah. Now it's SMU. So
Oh God!
Let's see how they do in the ACC.
Close your doors now.
Hey! It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. So SMU is officially my team for next year. I don't think they're gonna win their conference, obviously, because that's all Tigers. But yeah, they're my vibes team. I'm not gonna pick against them. I'm only gonna pick for them. So give me the Mustangs and SMU. Congratulations.
Yeah, the
Joey.
Yeah, the Joey Award does not have a recipient this year. No one stepped up enough to win it. No one really stepped out of the crowd and elevated themselves. So therefore, we will be announcing a winner again next year. We will be refraining from announcing a winner this year. Really, everyone has to do better. Coaches, players, teams all have to do better, in my opinion. It's a very prestigious award. I don't just give it out willy-nilly. And I'm looking forward to seeing who wants to win it next year.
All right. Well, that's quite the note to end it on. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that.
Of course.
Really quick. Number 2, Houston just lost. So big college basketball news. Just did. Iowa State.
And that's a perfect segue into what's going on with this show next. Don't go anywhere. Tune in next week. We will be starting to cover college basketball. If you think we know ball in football, we definitely do not know ball in basketball, other than probably Joe.
Hey.
Not me. I don't know ball. I just go for the vibes. I'm very excited to hopefully win March Madness, because that's the only thing I think I can win. And just join us on that crazy journey. I have no idea how we're going to structure that. We will be obviously trying to scrounge together a penny or two in the math budget to figure out exactly what to do next week.
Don't take from my budget.
So we're looking forward to it. Hope you guys tune in next week, and thank you as always. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Irish.